What's up, lads and ladettes? Dakota Griswold of GNGU here with a spoiler discussion from Infinity War. But as you can see, I'm in a car. I'm not the one driving, so I didn't come alone. Today, we have my good friends Benzel,
yo,
and the driver, Junie.
My government name is Victor.
So, Victor, Benzel, we were just discussing what could possibly happen. And first of all, so it was absolutely, for me, I feel like it was probably the most depressing superhero movie ever. Because we knew going in that people were going to die. But as it got closer to the end, and everybody started to slowly fizzle out, I felt like that was way more, it added way more to the drama, and I started to feel a lot. Like, my heart is heavy for superheroes. I never thought, you know what, Benzel, why don't you chime in? Take the phone. What do you think, Benzel?
I think that, you know, it was definitely a dope twist. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Game of Thrones, the way all the people you didn't think were gonna die end up dying. Spoiler alert, by the way. But yeah, your take on it, Vic?
I ain't got nothing to say, man.
You don't even have nothing to say?
Nah.
I think, honestly, that this is, y'all not gonna agree with me that this wasn't a depressing superhero movie?
I wouldn't say it's depressing.
I didn't say depressing.
I'm saying for a superhero, I mean, like,
it's a war. People are gonna
yeah,
die.
absolutely, it was a
That's
war,
the
but
point.
you don't expect, you know how they always, like, they make a lot of these superhero movies, they make it like, oh, they're gonna get through it, and they always get through it. And you expect 1-2 people to die. You don't expect the amount of death to actually happen that actually happened.
That's true.
Like, a lot of death happened. And
It's an Infinity War.
yeah, I mean, yeah, of course, Infinity War, but I didn't think Infinity people was gonna die. That was, you know what I'm saying? And it was, but yeah, what I was saying right before I started the recording was, given the fact that Fox isn't, I don't think the deal is finalized with Disney for Fox to have been bought out by them. So that's why, you know, the X-Men weren't there. But something happened to Drax when he tried to attack Thanos, and Thanos turned him into some rubbery-like substance. And that's what happened to Wolverine in the comics. I think that's actually how Wolverine died. And any one of y'all familiar with that part or no?
Nah.
Okay, so, and they also couldn't add Silver Surfer in there because he was the one investigating, running around, looking at all the planets, trying to track where Thanos was going. And of course, he couldn't put that in there. But I think they did pretty well for, you know, not being able to have all of Marvel. And man, even the post-credit scenes, we finally see Nick Fury in the movie after I don't know how long, and he dies immediately. Maria Hill dies. But then we see, am I yelling? Am I too loud, Victor? Sorry. Oh, my bad. And then we see him get a communicator from Captain Marvel. And actually, I'm not 100% savvy on Captain Marvel, but maybe somebody I know right here could explain to you what that communicator said. Benzel, you might want to help me here?
Sure. So pretty much what I'm hoping they implies is that Miss Marvel, the movie that comes out next year, it takes place in the 70s and 80s where she meets Nick Fury. And if I'm not mistaken, she's in a different universe, and Nick Fury is communicating with her to tell her to come, there's distress, so they need her help.
Is this before he loses his eye?
This is before he loses his eye. So at this point, he has both of his eyes way before then. So yeah.
Oh. So, but why is it that he calls her? What is it about her that he feels like? Why is she so powerful that he feels that if the world is ending, he should call her?
Because, in my opinion, I mean, she's like a cosmic being in a sense.
Cosmic being.
Like
okay.
she's first off, she's human and Kree hybrid.
Oh,
and
I thought she was just human.
Nah, and if you know the mix of the two, it's Kree is related to Super Skrull. Which, if you know Super Skrull, that's a villain of the Fantastic Four, which he has all 4 of the powers of the Fantastic Four in himself. So
I think that's kind of going to be tricky, and I can't wait to see how they write that in.
Yeah.
But given the fact that all the rights of Fox
Yeah.
it's not there yet, and Fox is, Fantastic Four is Fox, and I don't think the deal is closed yet. So I really want to see how they write that in. I'm actually very curious because the way this movie was written, honestly, excuse me, the way this movie was written was honestly, is it seemed like Thanos cannot be stopped. And even in the closing credits, he's just smiling and he's seeing a better world in his vision, and I really think that was really heavy. Once again, I went there in support. And yeah, Black Panther, it didn't go too well for Black Panther either. He's in first place here, but it didn't go too well for him. But man, everybody really died.
Not everybody.
Mostly everybody. Okay.
The people you
Half of the universe. He just destroyed half of the universe.
Yeah.
Meaning he did make a mistake and leave some of them left. And also,
It was randomized.
Right.
He
It was
chose
randomized, of course.
Who he wanted to kill.
Right, but one thing I do remember certain from the comics is Thanos wanted Captain America dead because he gives the people hope. And if you have hope on the people's side, that can make them a lot stronger and a worse enemy for Thanos. And especially, I think, in the scene where Thanos went to go swing his fist and Steve Rogers catches his hand, and Thanos, he's confused. He's like, why is he able to stop me? I really think that in part 2 of this that comes out next year is going to be a big deal, because he's definitely going to remember that Steve Rogers is the one that kind of, sort of stopped him in his tracks for like a second or so. And, yeah, man, this was just really heavy. I also want to credit that this was a very marvelously written movie. It was actually a very, very good movie, albeit it was kind of heavy with it. And I really think it was a great movie, period, though. It was top 5, one of the best MCU movies, maybe even top 3, in my personal opinion.
I mean, it's not that hard to choose from.
Yeah, it's not. Okay, fine. It's not that hard to choose from, but we can all agree that Black Panther's one of the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Black Panther and Civil War. Everything else is lackluster.
Black Panther, Civil War, and Infinity War 1?
Yeah.
Those are the top ones?
Everything else is lackluster. Like,
So not Winter Soldier? Winter Soldier was one of them. That's why I say top 5.
Okay, but
That's why I say top 5.
to all of the MCU movies
Right.
that we're talking about.
I'm not,
It's
not
a
even
tough
Spider-Man, not
decision.
even, let's not talk about Iron Man.
Exactly.
Ragnarok was good, but it wasn't great to
Not
the
in this
level
discussion.
of,
Not in this
it
discussion.
wasn't to this, not in this discussion, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not discounting Ragnarok. Okay.
I am.
Okay, they're discounting Ragnarok. This isn't their channel. But they will be featured in other videos here. And before I close this out, I want to see if any one of them has anything else to add to this that they feel might be anything that we missed. What about you, Victor?
I don't know. I just drive. I don't know.
He's the driver. Benzel, what you think?
I want to say, don't forget about Adam Warlock.
Oh man, he didn't even make an appearance in this one though, right?
Not at all.
But he was in the post credits of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yeah.
Right. So, matter of fact, before we even end this, why don't you tell us what you know about Adam Warlock? You know anything about him?
So the little bit that I do know about him is in the Marvel comics, he's normally, first off, in the comics, the Avengers never beat Thanos by themselves. Never.
I didn't believe that. I'm sorry. After seeing this movie, I didn't believe that.
So the only one person who ever stops him is Adam Warlock in every scenario. He either takes the gauntlet, outsmarts him, one or the other.
You mean after the 16 million predictions that Doctor Strange has had?
14,605.
Oh, excuse me. Where did y'all get that number? That was really the number that he said?
Yeah.
All right, I have terrible memory. Okay. And go ahead, Benzel.
But yeah, he was, I guess in his head, he predicted, I don't know, that one outcome. I guess he predicted the way this is all going to go down. But yeah.
I do have something to say.
All right, wait a minute.
This is all spoilers.
The driver has something to say.
This is all spoilers. Let us address the fact that Peter Quill is the sole reason why half of the people in the universe died.
100% agree, because he lost it. He couldn't
lost
keep
his emotions.
Right.
He couldn't even wait until the gauntlet was off to then go off one thing.
He couldn't put a cap on his emotions.
Right. I'm done with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think I lost all respect for Star-Lord in this movie, honestly. Yeah, word. Who? Well, that's where you have it, lads and lads. This was the official spoiler discussion for the Avengers Infinity War Part 1. Thank you for watching. And this video is finito.